Oh.
You know, it's not as fun when there's only 3 batches of episodes. It takes the whole fun right out of it, especially like since there's no lyrics.
Well, the Japanese version, the Japanese dub, I should say, has lyrics.
Yes, it does. But there's no English cover of the Japanese dub. Yeah. Yeah, but I'll say this. The final episode had a better opening! Yeah. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the UltraQuest podcast. Here on the Morphin Network, Mike and Jake, best friends since 14 years ago, gonna cover the season from 24 years ago. I'm just kidding. It's way longer than that. It's Ultraman, the Ultimate Hero, aka Ultraman Powered, episodes 10 through 13, and consequentially the finale of this season.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I can't believe it. It feels like we just started it not too long ago, and then here we are, already done with it.
Indeed. Well, it was a 13-episode season, so...
Yeah. Yeah, we still have a few more 13-episode seasons to go over in the future, and generally we're going to try to hold off on them instead of trying to burn through them as quickly as possible, because obviously do have longer seasons, and we do have a concurrent recent season to go over every half year, such as next month we'll be going over Teo. So whatever time we have in between those seasons is what time we have to actually do the legacy seasons. Somehow last year we managed to get 3 seasons in. 66, X, and Z, but this year Cosmos was the longest season, so
yeah, but hey, we got that out of the way.
Yeah, just like with Kamen Rider 71. Yeah, but here we go. Well, I can't believe it. We're actually almost done. I'm still dumbfounded by it. But yes, we get some classic monsters like Gomora.
Yeah, Pestar, Gomora, Flying Doriko, and Zeton.
Yeah. Yep, Zeton. Just like in the... Not being those allegations, are we?
Yeah. But Powered, aka this Ultraman, is canonically a different character than the original Ultraman.
That much is true. But, it's like, it's hard to not see it though.
Oh yeah, it's this show is basically an American version, because I don't want to exactly say adaptation, because usually with Toku adaptations, we've got obviously Power Rangers and then Beetleborgs and Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, Superhuman Samurai Cyber Squad. But this didn't use any Japanese footage. It was all filmed in the USA. It
was practically a remake that is somehow counted as a season. Yet for some reason, even though we have a fully animated season that's also counted, for some reason the Netflix ones don't count.
Yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, eventually we will have to get through those Netflix ones once we're done with all of the canonical legacy seasons, all the way from Ultra Q to Decker.
Yep.
Yeah. So weirdly, there's still no movie for Omega. Yeah, so that just makes it easy for us.
Yeah, it's kind of
Yeah.
odd because, you know, Zet really was the only one other than Omega to not have a movie. But with Zet, I get it because, that's when COVID happened. I
Yeah.
mean, they did make up for it by having a team up with Zet and Trigger, I guess.
Yeah. But still, it's like, what's Omega's excuse? I mean, I know he's featured more prominently in Ultra Star Season 4, but again, we have no way of watching Ultra Stars. Well, we have no way of watching the first 3 seasons of Ultra Stars, but otherwise we would have done those. But then where would we be? There would be no Tiga, no Rube, no 66, no X, no Z, just more and more of that same thing. Kind of like Gavon Infinity, and then you have Omega Horn. Go straight to Omega Horn. Yeah, Gavon Infinity could have been a full year season, or just take a break, just like before. Just take a break, just like Ultraman. Just take a break for 6 months. Come back in February, and then during that time, we could have covered like older seasons of Metal Hero, like say for example, the original Gavon and Jiraiya, since those are the 2 characters most prominently featured in Gavon Infinity to a certain extent. But it is
so
what it is.
Yeah, and I suppose Omega Horns, he looks like Red Buster, but with Soul Braver's face. But he's got the whole kaiju thing going on. So I suppose it's a bit like Just Beyond, loosely. I can't say entirely because Just Beyond he fights against kaiju in a mecha.
Yeah. Yeah. While Omega Horn rides on them. And apparently the kaiju are compatible with those Gavon Infinity vehicles, like the drill one, and the laser one, and the sword one.
Yep. Armored kaiju. Where have I seen a concept like that before? Kind of reminds me of Dino Riders.
Dino Riders! It could be weirder. At least it's not Spider Riders.
Oh gosh, I remember Spider Riders. I was just like 16 years ago, 15, 16 years ago. I was just flipping through channels at my dad's, and then I just saw that it was on some random channel. I forget what it was, and I'm like, oh,
I couldn't even finish the first episode. But now I'm gonna have to try to buckle down and actually watch it eventually. Same thing with Dinosaur King. Yeah, main character has a Triceratops that looks like an ordinary Triceratops. I mean, first it's a cute, cartoony Triceratops, but then it becomes a giant CGI regular-looking Triceratops with no other distinct, unique features whatsoever. I don't know. What is even the premise of Dinosaur King exactly? Oh well, but yeah. So winner gets notification that there might be a kaiju that's underwater, and as we all know, kaiju don't like to swim, or do they?
Have you seen any of the Godzilla movies?
Yeah, but no. But the real nightmare is the fact that Young has to go inside a cramped submarine with Sanders.
What's the matter, Colonel Sanders? Chicken?
Good times. Good times. Dynamite. All right. So yeah, they go exploring underwater, trying to find the mysterious kaiju that's been attacking this water plant or something like that.
Isn't it an oil refinery? An oil plant?
Refinery. Yeah. Either way, high pressure hydraulics. Kai pays a visit to an old friend. The old friend is not too keen on having Kai around.
So this guy was in a way, Fubuki from Cosmos before Fubuki.
Basically. At least Fubuki redeems himself by finding out that he's a reincarnation of some kind of fish. Or shrimp. It's been a while since I've watched that episode. See what happens when you have 65 episodes? You forget what happened in the 22nd or 23rd one. Unfortunately, I did not forget what happened in the 25th one.
Whereas with Yu-Gi-Oh, which is 224 episodes, I can remember every arc and what happened in them.
See, I remember what happens in every episode of Yu-Gi-Oh! Abridged. Because there's fewer episodes to remember. Because while the Grand Prix arc is like 200 something episodes in America, no, I'm just kidding. In Abridgeland, it's only like 88 episodes in.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it is an abridged series, so.
Yeah. I was like, and when I found out that Martin uploaded episode 88 when he did, I'm like, wait a minute, did you just summon a bunch of episodes in 1 month?
Yeah. So.
That's against the YouTube rules, isn't it?
Screw the rules. I have money, time, editing software. I don't know.
Severe back pain and depression. Yeah, basically Martin Billany is basically the British version of Yoshihiro Togashi. Yeah.
Card games or the world? Tough choice.
There is no choice. A world without card games is no world to live in.
You're right, you say. You know, you always were my favorite protagonist.
And you have always been mine. No homo, right?
Yes, no homo indeed.
Yeah, so while Sanders and Young are let's just say being each other's wingman, no hetero, right?
All of the hetero. No, wait, wouldn't this be no platonic, right? All of the platonic.
Yeah, they get attacked by a giant Echinodermata kaiju.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I hope that asteroid did not come from Austria.
Oh, yes. Him.
Yes, the Austrian asteroida. If you know,
no,
you know.
It's just.
If you don't know, hold on, give me 1 second. If you know, you know. If you don't know, I suggest you get this Blu-ray.
And we're getting Skyrider soon.
Yes. Oh, which reminds me, I got to redeem a $50 gift card so I could get stronger right now.
But no, this kaiju is Pestar, aka that's one starfish-looking kaiju with a bat face in the middle. That's obviously two guys in a suit. However, I'm not saying that as an insult. Far from it, because it's one of those things to where, yeah, you can tell that it's obviously two guys in a suit.
Yeah,
but at the same time,
I had
it's creative.
I wish I had that clip from that. Had that clip from that SNL skit with the home security. It's like your grandpa, Katie Lang, 3 kids in a trench coat. Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely an interesting concept. It's like 4 legs, but 2 arms. Obviously, 2 guys in a suit, but it's creative and interesting.
In other words, which got 4 arms, 4 legs, and 1 set of lips. You and me at the winter snowball.
Wait, hang on. Is this the kaiju version of
Neil Goldman? Yes.
Of what?
Neil Goldman, yes.
No, well, no, I wasn't going to say Neil Goldman. I was going to say, I forget what their names are, but the conjoined twins from the Oblongs.
Oh, yes, those It's like, and they're like, it's like the both of them need to pee, and then they're fighting over the middle leg, over like which one's going to. Yeah.
But the one scene from the Oblongs that has always lived rent free in my head is the auction scene. Let's start the bidding at who's say $20. What the hell is he saying? I don't know.
One thing I really appreciate is how there was that one episode where the mom worked so hard, smoking so many cigarettes, just to win that shopping spree, only to pass out like at the start of the spree, and she remains passed out for the entire 2-minute period. It's a classic case of you win nothing, you lose. Good day, sir. Yeah.
Yes, Willy Wonka.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, they're attacked by this kaiju, and so we need to send out another vehicle in order to release them, or lest they be crushed. And again, it's two guys in a sea star suit.
And the face doesn't look like a bat this time. I don't know how to describe it. Monstrous?
Yeah.
More monstrous looking this time?
Honestly, even the first time I was surprised. Like, I was weirded out by the bat face. Yeah.
So the guy that didn't really have the best opinion on Kai, Arturo is his name. He gets into the base and he tries to take off in one of their fighter jets, and he's like, "Hey, I got a 98 on the test. I think I'm qualified to fly this."
Yeah.
So they try to use liquid nitrogen on it, which does look pretty cool on the suit.
Yes,
but of course that doesn't really work on Pet Star.
Have you seen Terminator 2? But yeah, no, that metal head looks very ungodly.
Yeah.
But man, when they break out of that liquid nitrogen, it's like they're peeling out of like some kind of snake skin. It's crazy, man.
Yeah.
So and it shoots fire.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So naturally, Edlund conducts a rescue mission that allows all three of them to be rescued, while Ultraman lifts the whole thing up with one hand. It's like, yoink! It's like seeing something out of Bring It On, or an adult parody of Bring It On. Either way, it's insane how that upper body strength that it takes for him to lift that whole conjoined thing up in the air with one arm.
Yep. I can do this one-handed.
And then he blasts it.
Yep.
Yeah, and now here's the weird part. We find out he has another power. He could put out entire fire just by doing this.
Well, I guess they don't call him Ultraman powered for nothing.
Like no ice beam or anything, or like sucking on the fire up or anything. He's just, and then the fire just
Did he just when he rests his arms like that, did he send out a gust of wind or something?
At least they explained that in Kamen Rider, where like, oh yeah, the reason why he's doing that pose is to create a turbulence that's 300 miles per hour. Yeah. But yeah, all's well that ends well. Kai and this guy, they make amends. It's not even quite clear why they were in turmoil to begin with, but here they are making amends. Oh, and the press show up, and it's like, hey, can we get a comment about this? No comments. Hey, Kai, you want to make a comment? I'm just kidding. You're a loser. Yeah. So we move on to the next episode. You know, I'm gonna be honest though about that about episode 10. You know what I really missed? That one episode of the original Ultraman where Tachibana was trapped in that underwater laboratory with the little girl.
Oh yeah,
that was a fun episode. Way better than the one where Fuji was in that one resort.
Yeah. But now we have Gomora in this episode because apparently,
yay!
Yeah, because in this episode he's called the Gomorasaurus, and he's from 180 million years ago. Wait a minute.
Where have I heard turn him into a dinosaur?
Well, they did say that he was a dinosaur kaiju, back in the day. So, but no, like the whole Gomorasaurus, an ancient species of dinosaur. This sounds like the Heisei Godzilla's origin all over again, with him being the Godzillasaurus.
Gojirasaurus.
Yeah. And then he gets mutated by hydrogen bombs. And then time travelers try to remove Godzilla to make King Ghidorah instead, but they inadvertently make Godzilla bigger and stronger, so it backfires on them. Yes, that actually happens in the 1991 Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah.
Yep. Yeah, I was like really hoping that this was going to be a great episode, because how can you screw up Gomora? Well, if it does happen, we'll find out. So yeah, there's a news report about it, and Sanders just like doom scrolling the TV channels, because what else is Sanders to do? Meanwhile, a security guard was a little too trigger happy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's like, you gotta guard this thing. It's like, oh, don't worry. Nothing gets past me. I'm like an ocelot. We like to hunt alone.
Yeah. But then, on a stormy night, the rain awakens Gomora.
Yeah, so where's that security guard bravado you had earlier?
Yeah, so...
Like, I'm going to start shooting at the rain. F you, rain. F you, rain. F you, rain. You start shooting in random directions, and I'm like, how'd you get your gun license, you dummy?
Yep. I found this random gun off a dead body.
Yeah, so Gomora wakes up, and he's like really pissed. Like, why am I covered in mud? And who's been blasting their gun illegally? Hey, do you have a license to hold that piece? I'm going to the NRA to complain. Ugh. Yeah.
So apparently, the rain melts the ancient, God knows how old this mud is, off of Gomora, and he wakes up. What? I'm sorry, what?
Wasn't there an episode of the original Ultraman where there was a literal mud kaiju?
I'm trying to think.
I feel like there was one. I know episode 8 had that insect kaiju.
Yeah. Well, I remember when the episode with Jamila, like water's pouring on him and it's like acid to him, and then he's like rolling around in the mud.
Yeah. But hey, this could have been an opportunity. That mud could have been a second kaiju. Yeah. Shame that we can't do anything more with that. And of course, the director of the museum is like, "Listen, winner, we have to take an L. For some reason, the kaiju just disappeared. How could it disappear? I don't know. The security guard said he walked off in the middle of the night. It's like, and where were you doing, security guy? Oh, I was, yeah, I was, and while Hetland is having this whole conversation with Beck over the comm, you actually see the security guard playing around with his gun in the background, and like the director has to like wrestle it off of him. And I'm like, this guy needs to get fired. I swear.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Edlin's like, listen, like we'll take care of this. He's like, Channel 8 news reporting where the Kaiju-saurus has this skin. Actually, it's the Gomerosaurus, and we got this covered. No further comments. But sir, what if the Kaiju's awakened? Listen, we said no comment. What is wrong with you, lady?
I'm a news reporter. It's my job. I'll have to be pushy and ask questions.
Yeah. If you can't make the tough decisions, then I suggest you make someone who can. The maid deflector dish.
Yep. So so they're like, will Winner be able to stop the Godzillasaurus? No. We're going after the Gomerosaurus. The Godzillasaurus. This is over in Japan.
There. Yeah.
Oh, and he's fighting King Ghidorah right now.
Yeah. Yeah. Good luck, King Ghidorah. We're counting on you to lose.
Don't have your metalhead get decapitated.
Yeah, I know. Freaking like I'm getting memories of Destroy All Monsters Melee. But yeah. So we're just looking for Gomerosaurus, and we use the giant ship to look for it, and it's like, well, maybe if we mix these chemicals, we might be able to do something about this. And I'm very impressed that the museum director has any background in chemistry.
How convenient.
Yes. But yes, this liquid will be essential in order to defeat the Gomerosaurus. Like, it will be used as a tranquilizer. We can't outright kill it. Of course, when they fire the trank, it's a minor nuisance to it. Like it's like perfectly right behind the tail where like the Gomerosaurus can't quite reach it. And I totally feel for that, man. I totally feel for that. We always have that.
He's trying his hardest to reach for it, but the suit actor can't reach for it.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because this is the most action we've seen with one of these powered kaiju costumes.
Yeah. Also, I gotta say, I really like the design of Powered Gomera. Definitely looks menacing.
Yeah, especially the two tongues thing.
Yeah, it's an interesting stylistic choice.
Yeah, I'm not a snake. I'm not a snake. I'm a dragon. I don't do that tongue thing. Yeah. So now that it's fully tranked and asleep, we can just try to hammock it over to another place. Why do I feel like I've seen this plan before? And why do I feel like I have an idea as to how this will play out? Yeah. But yeah, no, grabbing it by the neck, that's perfect.
Yeah. I'm like, are you sure you want to grab Gomera like that?
Yeah, not by the horn,
Or by his torso, his back,
arm, literally anything other than the neck.
Yeah, it's like, don't worry, we'll preserve Gomera.
Cartoonishly, that's what I imagine happening. And yes, we get a toy version of the ship carrying a toy version of Gomera. But naturally, Gomera doesn't take to kind of being strangled, so.
Yeah.
So naturally, he's trying to fight his way out of this thing. Rightfully so. Imagine being in that position, so that being lifted by the neck.
Yeah. Yeah. So Sanders has terrible radio frequency, and he mishears, their commander saying, Eldon, whatever his name is,
Eldon. Edlund.
Edlund. Jesus, we've been watching the show, and his name tag is right here. Anyway,
is right over there. Not kidding. Sometimes I'm just like waiting for a scene where like you could see it like very easily, just so I could remember. Oh yeah, it's Edlund, because like you feel the urge to say Edmund, Elric,
Edward Elric. Anyway,
Edlund Elric.
Sanders thinks that his commanding officer told him to fire, so he's like, okay. So he shoots it, and then he falls, and was it the suit, or was it like another miniature that they threw over the cliff?
Well, it depends on the angle that you're watching it from. But no, it is not happy. So it's attacking a suburb. You got people running around in the suburb. Oh my god. You gotta love the location design. So you can't do that in Japanese tokusatsu, except for that one episode with the from Blazar with the insurance salesman.
Yeah. Wow. If I had a nickel for every time a powered kaiju fell off the side of a cliff, I'd have 2 nickels. Which isn't a lot, but it's weird how it happened twice.
Yeah. But so naturally Kai makes a run for it so that he could do the I swear that pen is going to be the death of him.
Oh, you mean the Beta Flash Prism capsule?
Yeah. Yeah, because
guys. I'm from a Sentai, but I'm not from Flashman. I'm from a completely different series, Kaku Ranger.
His beta pluck. Yeah. So, yeah, his beta spark pluck thing, whatever. But yeah, it collapses all over again. And I'm like, Gomora, get up. Come on, you're a proud kaiju. Ultraman barely even has to do a thing at this point.
Yeah. Although, I am genuinely surprised at how hard Powered kicked Gomora in the gut, because it's like, with how like slow paced and careful they are with like all the other fight scenes, it's like kind of throws you off when you see them hit it a little harder than usual.
Yeah, especially with the fact
it doesn't seem like Ultraman's trying to hurt Gomora. I'm like, bull crap! Did you see how hard he kicked him in the gut?
Yeah. Hey, but hey, this is the most action we've seen in a while, because other than that, it's mostly shoving.
The ultra shove.
The ultra shove. Yeah, we should call him the jump and shove man. What are you gonna do? Jump and shove. So I'm gonna jump and then I'm gonna shove. Jump and shove man.
Is he friends with Noob?
I don't know. Oh yeah, Noob. Yo, Noob. Noob.
Give it up for Noob.
Yeah. You don't know what it's like to have a child that's 500,000 ants and half a dying star.
Also, who the bleep is Noob?
Noob is the best character in the entire series.
I actually, at one convention I went to years ago, somebody was cosplaying Noob.
Because Noob is the best, yo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we go to our next episode, which is more or less part 1 of a 2-part finale.
Wait, hang on. Before that, yeah, Gomora dies, but it's like, okay, did they taxidermy the body? Or is that a really good replica that they put into the museum?
See, that's the part they never explained in the show and left me confused. Yeah. But,
so Gomora is just standing there menacingly.
Yes. Yeah, so you better watch out.
He's just standing there menacingly.
Yeah. Again, this is one of the better episodes just because there's just ever so slightly more action than usual.
But now to the 2-part finale.
Yeah. So there's a space beam going about.
Mm-hmm.
Meanwhile, Beck and Sanders have a heart-to-heart, and that literally goes nowhere.
Yep. Also, Sanders is playing the original Game Boy and drinking a can of Coca-Cola.
Yeah. Well,
early
off-brand
90s.
Coca-Cola because it just says cola on it.
You know what that made me think of? That scene in Power Rangers Wild Force when they pass by the obvious Pepsi soda machine, but they literally put like a black bar over like the Pepsi logo.
Yes, classic. Hey, you know what still bothers me about Wild Force? It's been 25 years since that show aired. And my question still has not been answered. Where did Jindrax and Toxica get those hot dogs? Seriously, to this day, I've been wondering, where does one go about getting those hot dogs?
I don't know. And also, if they were able to do a Ninja Storm and Wild Force team up, would they still have it to where Lothor's forces take the Grell phones and morph it to the Wild Force Rangers like in Hurricane versus Gal Ranger?
Well, as long as you don't get it confused with Lothar. Yeah. Because he's one of the defenders of the Earth with 4 new young heroes proving their worth. 4 becomes 8, defending the Earth.
Yeah. Yes. So Shimatsu becomes Wild Force Red.
Yeah. Also, there's supposed to be 7 bad guys, but there's only 6 Wild Force Rangers. What gives?
I mean, I suppose if they did do an adaptation of that, they could have it to where one of the characters maybe has Merrick's morpher. I don't know.
Yeah. But again, there's supposed to be 7 bad guys. Lothar, Chubo, Zergane, Amara, Capri, Shimatsu, and oh wait, hold on, I'm missing one.
Motor Drone?
Motor Drone is the one I'm missing. And Vexicus. Wait, so there's 8.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, there's 8 of them. What gives?
Because, have you seen Hurricaneger?
No. But I know there's supposed to be 7 of them because they're each day of the week. Even Wendy's supposed to be Wednesday.
Yeah, well, the thing is that you're mostly correct. Instead of having Tao Zonto, who they did use as Lothor's Megazord, interestingly enough, Lothor fits in for Tao Zonto, but all the other characters, they're the 7 Dark Spears in Hurricane.
Well, so he doesn't count as one of the 7.
No.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, no, they're the 7 Dark Spears are basically his underlings.
Yeah. See, again, I've only seen a few episodes of Hurricane, namely the Tycho episodes, so yeah. Yeah. But I know that Wendy is really cute.
Yeah, they're all named after days of the week. Like,
yeah.
Let's see, Monmaruba, aka Motor Drone, Chuzubo, Wendinu, Sargine, Furaibijo, Satarakura, and Sundaru.
Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, so there's 2 kaiju attacking the quarry, and one of them's a Red King. A red king.
Is this the same red king that we saw earlier?
I hope not, for reasons that we're about to go into.
Yeah, and also what I presume is Flying Dorico is in this episode.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and the other monster has like this whole monk, not just a monk, but a straight up Assassin's Creed motif to it. And yes, it's clearly a reference to that 2-part episode where there's 3 kaiju together. And yeah, this thing, it slits Red King's throat. And I'm like, God, you should be fighting. Not like this.
Yeah, and also in the episode when he gets his knives out of his cloak thing, and he just throws them like, yeah.
Yeah. He's like, eh. Eh. It's like a slow version of Kraid from Super Metroid. Oh my god, this is like the 3rd week in a row I'm referencing Super Metroid. Yes, but this time it's actually relevant. Yeah, I feel bad for Red King though. Poor guy didn't stand a chance.
Nope.
I feel bad for him. This actually really hurts. Ugh. I feel really hurt by this. Poor Red King.
Well, if this is the same Red King from the previous episode that he was in before, at least he's reunited with the other Red King that may or may not be the female of his species. They weren't really clear.
Yeah. Yeah. So obviously we have to go in and intervene. Or as Adlin would say, Sandra's right. We need to nip this in the bud.
Yeah, they really went with those choice of words.
Yeah. Yeah. Meanwhile, Kai goes off to extract a sample. It looks like tree bark, high key.
Yeah. Bolton tree bark.
Yeah. Yeah. But with that in mind, you know, but with that in mind, we do try to attack this kaiju, and nothing's working on it. Jeez, you don't need me to tell you that. But yeah, no, he turns into Ultraman, and this thing just keeps throwing its talons at him, like just very casual, like. Whoosh, 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 whoosh. Like somehow it gets Ultraman onto the ground, but he's just like rolling over just to get off of it, and then he gives off like a high pitched screech. You like,
which sends a message to the Boltons to activate their final weapon against Ultraman, which is this show's version of Zeton. Interesting. Yeah. It's not the Zeton aliens like in the final episode of the original Ultraman. It's the Boltons who send down Zeton.
Yeah, that is an interesting change of things.
Seems like something that would happen in like a big budget American and Ultraman movie, but it's like, hey, Tsuburaya beat a big Hollywood studio to it.
Yeah. But yeah, so yeah, Ultraman comes back to fight this thing, and yeah, we're cooked. You know, Ultraman's trying to fight this thing off, and we're back in the city. Summertime in the city. And the kaiju are having a bow. They're having a bow. Ultraman is trying to hold his own. Well, you know the winner. They got to help him out so that he could use his Spacian beam.
Yep. Because he was fighting around at the speed of justice. Has got talents to dodge, gotta follow my red sphere ball.
Yeah, so he did manage to destroy the thing, but it left a giant scratch on his body, which causes him to shrink back down into Kai with a giant wound. Well, actually, there's a giant cut on his winter uniform, but there's like no actual like injury on his body.
I suppose you could think of it as the cut is there, but his uniform is covering where the actual wound is. I don't know.
Mhm.
Because everybody else in the next episode has visible wounds and cuts.
Yeah. Yeah, but not Kai. But yes, so Beck finds Kai's body, and she also finds his beta prism.
Beta Prism.
Beta prism.
Actually, Beta Prism, they could use that for like a future Ultraman Henshin device name.
Yeah, they could. But yeah, that's where the episode ends.
Yep. And it says to be continued. And here
Yeah.
we are, the final episode of Ultraman Powered.
Yeah. So a giant meteor crashes into the winter base, causing it to be wrecked.
And who is it? Lo and behold, it's Zeton.
Zeton. And we get a new intro.
With stock footage. But hey,
Wow, you guys sure took a while. Like, it's literally the last episode. You guys couldn't have like done it around episode 7 or 8 when it would have mattered. But I actually do prefer this version because it actually shows the actual cast with their names. It's like, and Kane Kosugi as Kai, so and so.
Kenichi.
Yeah. Yeah, and like there's like a bunch of action scenes. They're doing investigative stuff. Even there's even a part where Edlund and Sanders are inside a cave exploring. It's like, MacGyver vibes, but with kaiju. I like this. Why couldn't we have done this from the beginning?
Yeah. And apparently Kai's non-existent wound from the last episode is all healed up. Gee, I wonder why. Or wonder how, I should say.
Yeah.
So, one of his teammates, she's like, all right, I'm putting all the pieces together. She has a meeting with her other co-members, teammates, I should say, again. And she's like, I've deducted that Kai is Ultraman, and I have a lot of very plausible proof theories, for lack of a better term. Heck, in fact, I've even got his beta prism right here.
Mm-hmm.
No, it is not a fancy pen. Of course, Sanders is like, yeah, sure, Kai's Ultraman. But then everybody else is like, it makes sense that Kai would be Ultraman. He does disappear a lot, and all this other stuff happened.
Yeah. Yeah, but still, that's ridiculous. Just because Kai and Ultraman are never in the same place at the same time doesn't mean that he's Ultraman. Come on, Sanders. What are you, chicken? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, yeah, he's unconscious. It's like, so, Edlund, do you have a plan for this? I do have a plan for this. Would you like to share with the rest of the class? I'll tell you during 5th period. Meanwhile, Zeton just destroys a bunch of toy tanks. Yeah. Yeah. Of course, everyone else is like, well, what do we do? Like if like what's it called? If Kai is Ultraman and Ultraman is Kai, then Kai's Ultraman and Ultraman is Kai. Can we get to the point? Okay, well, if Kai cannot defeat Ultraman cannot defeat the Zeton, aren't we doomed? Well, that's why we've been having him fight our battles for us. We need to do some actual fighting ourselves. We got to earn our budget. And it's like, well, we have this beta prism. Maybe we could use that as like a super weapon to destroy the Zeton. Okay, but how do we do that? I don't know. I didn't.
Your audio went out.
I don't think it. Hold on.
Oh boy. He'll be back. Give him a moment. Technical difficulties. Do 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 do. There we go.
What do we do when we procure the beta crystal prism thing? I don't know. I didn't think I'd get this far. Yeah. But then they see a red light surrounding Kai. And it's like, Kai, it's me, Ultraman Powered. I thought you were called Ultraman the Ultimate Hero. Yes, but you may call me Powered. Okay, so Powered, what do we do? It seems that our symbiosis has caused you to become severely injured. You must take these children trading cards and go to Japan. You will find 3 guys and a 14-year-old girl. And you will spend a year inside a van with them. You're going to find other kaiju. Wait, don't you mean kaiju? I know what I said.
Yeah. Also, fun fact I forgot to mention. In the Japanese dub of this show, while Kane Kosugi does not dub himself, his own character in the Japanese dub, the person who dubs Ultraman Powered himself is Kane Kosugi's father.
Oh, makes sense.
Yeah, interesting how that works out.
Yeah, well, Kane Kosugi's dad is royalty, so... Well, Toku royalty. So it kind of makes sense. So yeah, so by using solar energy, they basically separate. So now you have Kai on the ground while the Ultraman himself is up having the kaiju fight against Zeton.
Yeah. Having a bit of a hard time against them at first. No surprise, considering how it was in the original Ultraman. But except this time, instead of Ultraman falling to... Spoilers for a 60-year-old show, by the way. Instead of Ultraman falling to Zeton, Powered actually defeats Zeton himself.
Yeah, and then he falls.
Yeah. Well, at least he finished the job before he went out.
Yeah.
But then the Boltons come down, and apparently they have the Volgire ship from 5-Man for some reason.
Yeah, that part was weird.
Yeah.
Why? Is Queen Meadow going to show up too?
Oh, no.
Is she going to get married to Satan from Zyuranger?
I hope not.
Yeah. Yeah. Honestly, like, watching Zyuranger, I'm like, hold on a minute. This is Bible Man, but with robot dinosaurs.
Bible Man. I had a few episodes on VHS when I was a kid. Yeah. I don't know what happened to them, though.
Yeah. Can you imagine if, like, they double down on that? Bible Man, he is the Bible-themed superhero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's see. It's a Christian tokusatsu mixed with Batman and a bit of Star Wars because the Sword of the Spirit is a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Good times.
Yeah, just don't ask anything about the Holy Spirit. Okay, but yeah, so yeah, the giant ships are approaching. What do we do now? Dun. Stay tuned for season 2. I'm just kidding. There is no season 2.
I mean, this isn't the last time we ever see Ultraman Powered. But this is just the final episode of his show.
Yes. Yeah. So, what do we do about these ships?
Well, they're trying to fire lasers at it. The Sanders is like, I ain't going down without a fight. I know I'm risking everybody's lives in this, but hey, I'm going to do it anyway.
And earlier the general mentioned, hey, why don't you just nuke the place? You're kidding me? There's civilians. We can't just nuke the place. We're gonna Hiroshima ourselves? Are you insane?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
But
then
our techs aren't doing anything, yeah.
Yeah. But then 2 red orbs, which are apparently other ultras. I don't know who they are. Your guess is as good as mine. One of them could be Zoffy for all I know. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if one of them was Zoffy.
Zoffy powered.
Powered Zoffy.
Yeah. Oh, great Zoffy and powered Zoffy.
I mean, considering it could be like any M78 and any M78 Ultra, you can honestly pretend that the 2 orbs, one of them is Zoffy, and the other one is great, considering his series was the predecessor to Power.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I have no idea what ultras they are. They could just be like random civilians from M78 for all I know. Anyways, they help Winter defeat the Baltans in the stolen Volgire ship, and then they take Powered. He's still alive. They say goodbye, and then Kai quotes Ultraman like, and they basically come to the conclusion that it means that the light isn't that, Ultraman is in each one of us. We all have the light and whatnot. And no, it's not like in GX. So, and then it ends. It just ends.
It just ends. Yeah, everyone just goes about their merry way. And then we get a clip show of like the past 13 episodes.
All right.
I'm going to be honest. This has been a little anticlimactic. I'm low-key a little disappointed. Yeah.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, Kai, when he quoted like the whole "we all have Ultraman in us" sort of thing, I totally get that. I mean, I agree with it that we can all be good like Ultraman. I'm just saying, like after that, they just kind of go on with their job. There's not really an epilogue. Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. I feel kind of let down. I'm gonna have to go and say that the Gomer episode was one of the better ones. So yeah, episode 10 it's kind of an 8, pretty standard episode. And yeah, I do like the dire aspect that they are underwater. But it's pretty standard fare. Again, 66 did it better. The Gomera episode, 9 out of 10. Part 1 of the 2-part episode, I have to give it a 9. A lot of stuff happens. We get some action, and yeah, things get very critical. But final episode, I'm sorry, I have to give it a 7. Like, how do you ruin an episode with Zeton?
Yeah.
And the anticlimactic way it ended, like even 66 was like, oh yeah, no, we're gonna go into space because you've been on this planet for too long. But these humans need me, but you need yourself. True. All right, so yeah, and then it's like, will we see Ultraman again? Who knows? We'll find out in the future.
Yep. Oh, don't worry. We'll just have that Ultra 7 guy, defend the Earth for a while, and then we'll send down Ultraman Jack and then Ace and Taro and so on.
And then who knows? Maybe eventually we'll see the 66 all over again.
Yeah. Now let's see. Ratings. Given 8 to episode 10, 8.5 to episode 11. I just wish that the fight scene between Gomera had a little more going on, because there's a good amount of episodes to where there really isn't that much fighting. I mean, I understand the suits were fragile and they were trying to be delicate, but it's like, you could at least have them go on for a few more minutes. Anyways, episode 12, I'd say I'd give it a good 8. And then probably a low 8 for the final episode.
Alrighty. All right. So, what score would you give the series? Wait, actually, no. We still have to discuss the characters. Okay. So there aren't any like sub main antagonists in the series. I mean, it's Showa Ultraman. Not much. I mean, what do you expect? I think we already discussed that we really like the kaiju designs, but we hate that not much was really done with them because of how fragile they are.
Yeah.
So let's go straight to the 5 characters, as there are literally only 5 main characters. Like, there's not even like, oh, that one civilian character that shows up every now and then. Heck, even 66 Ultraman had that one kid who becomes a member of the SSCP. So let's see. So let's start with Sanders, because I'll be honest, I think he's the weakest part of the group. I know they're trying to make him the Ida of the team, but yeah, he's not funny, you know. And I think he has the least amount of chemistry with the rest of the crew.
Yeah, I mean, there's times to where he could be very brash and reckless.
Yeah, but like but also I feel like to a certain extent the other 4 characters had more character focus than he did. And yeah, and I think him not getting to really develop himself as a character. Heck, Ida had that second episode. It's like, oh yeah, so how did I hurt my head? Well, it turns out I just fell off while I was sleeping. Yeah, and then he grows on you. Like, he becomes a tech expert. He becomes the Hori of his own season when you were expecting him to be the Shinjo of his own season. but you know, Sanders, he's all Shinjo and no Hori.
Because as we all know, Hori is love.
Makes you hunky dory.
Hori is love. Hori is life.
Exactly. Yeah. All right. Any other comments you have about Sanders before we move on?
I can't really say very much about him, to be honest.
All right. Okay, let's do Beck and Young.
There's not really much I can say about the cast. It's like, yeah, they do their jobs, but they don't have any character development. We don't really know anything about them. We don't know their hobbies, their life outside of work, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I know one of them, like, Young, is she the intelligent one?
Beck is the redhead, Young is the blonde.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, like, I don't know, like one of them seems intelligent, and one of them figured out that Kai is Ultraman and some things about the kaiju, I guess, but that's really all I can say.
Yeah, for me, Beck is definitely the brains of the crew. She's definitely the Akashi. No, you know which character I'm talking about. I'm trying to remember his name. Try to remember his name. What's it called? God damn it. What's it called? You got Tachibana, Fuji, Hayata, Ide, and then this guy. Trying to remember his name. Starts with an A. Yes, him.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Yes. Yeah, so God damn it. It's gonna bother me. It's at the tip of my tongue. Arashi.
Arashi, yes.
Yes. Yeah, so Beck is clearly the Arashi of the team, and yes, they gender swapped so that the American audience gets a 3-2 ratio instead of a 4-1 ratio. But
Where have
she
I
lives up
seen
to,
that before?
yeah, she lives up to her role, I suppose. Young definitely feels more like the heart of the team. Obviously, she's Fuji's counterpart. As the it's like at least like we get to know more about her compared to literally everyone else on the team. You know, she's kind, she's caring. She had it up to here with Sanders. She cares about her family and stuff. You know,
Yeah.
yeah, and she's the one who's well, she's not pining for Kai, thankfully, but she does express concern for his well-being, so that's good.
Yeah.
Let's see. Next, we have Edlund. Obviously, he's the Tachibana of the group. He's pretty decent, you know, like he shows concern for his team. He's like, yeah, let's make the military our last resort because that's always been a thing for Ultraman.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, he seems level-headed, like he has experience, he knows what he's doing, that sort of thing.
Yeah, and he definitely doesn't seem like the type to stand up his daughter at her wedding.
Yes.
Yeah.
Really should have went, bro.
Yeah, we got this, bro. Why are you here? Go to your daughter's wedding. And finally, Kai. I'll let you go first.
You know, I want to say more about Kai, but like I said, we don't really know much about these characters. Because, you know, like, Kai is fine. You know, Kane Kosugi he's obviously charismatic.
Yeah.
I don't know. We don't really know much about him. What can I say other than, you know, like, he's obviously brave. He's the hero. You know, he was actually concerned for Ultraman when they split in the final episode. He was like, wait, you need a host to survive. And Ultraman's like, look, I didn't mean for us to for our bodies to become so, you know, bonded. I can survive on Earth for a few minutes without you. So don't worry about me. But, you know, Kai still showed concern for Ultraman. So,
yeah. Yeah, you know, I was hoping this season's gonna be really, really good because Kane Kosugi was in the lead. Because, like, I've seen him in other projects. You know, he's my favorite member of Kaku Ranger. He's definitely my favorite. He plays my favorite. Well, he told me he's my favorite character from Dead or Alive, but in the movie, it's Hayabusa. I love Kane Kosugi's Hayabusa, along with Jamie Presley as Tina Armstrong. Like they're like the two like best performances in the entire film. And let me tell you, it's not that high of a bar to climb over. But the thing is, it was a fun movie, and yes, I love Kane as Hayabusa. You know, So, like, knowing how charismatic he is, it's like I was expecting this season to be a real winner, but turns out he was severely underutilized acting wise. And yeah, this goes back to what we said before. Like, individually, these actors are actually pretty good actors. It's just like they're not given much chemistry to work with. They're not given much direction to really like breathe more life to these characters.
Your audio cut off again.
I
don't know why that happens. All right, give him a moment. I don't know. Maybe you guys can still hear him. I couldn't on my end for some reason.
I swear it's a Zeton attack, probably. Maybe it's the damn squirrels once more. Yeah. But yeah, those darn Zetons, it's like they're so much opportunity for these actors to really give it their all and breathe a great life into these characters, and they're just not given that opportunity. And that's saying something, because it's like, even if it's 13 episodes, each episode is 27 minutes long. It's like, how do you have those 4 minutes of extra screen time and not utilize it to, like, make us more engaged with these characters? And again, Young is probably the best character because she's given the most amount of room to work with. But yeah, Kane Kosugi was severely underutilized, just like Naji Tetej in Power Rangers Samurai. Obscenely charismatic person, because I've known him in high school. But if you look at Kevin, it's ugh.
Yeah, it's like, good actor, blame the material.
Yeah. Heck, even Tessa Rao, great actress, terrible character.
Yeah, don't get me started on it.
Like, watch her on Shortland Street. She's amazing.
Yeah.
She's amazing on Shortland Street. But, like, I mean, let's be honest, every Power Ranger actor who's been on Shortland Street has done a great job on Shortland Street.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, like, again, it's like, you meet these people, you get a taste for, like, their personalities, their acting ability, but sometimes what you see on screen in very specific instances is just not good,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, Will Smith, very charismatic, but there were movies where he had to be completely bland the entire time. Alrighty, so final score for the entire season.
I'm going to say that I'll give it a 7.5. Oh, wow, I actually gave it a 0.5 more points than Arc. And Arc has far better fight choreography than Howard.
That's crazy, man. But yeah, no. But see, that's just the thing. At least with Arc, it's like the last 4 episodes is just the same thing over and over again, plus the movie.
Yeah. Well, well, with Powered, there are things that I do legitimately like about it.
Yeah.
I think that there are legitimately good episodes.
Yes.
The problem is that, like I said just a bit ago, there's little to no character developments. The kaiju suits, while they're very impressive visually, I feel like I would have at least put it up to an 8, maybe an 8.5 if the fight choreography was a lot better. And there's the acting in the show, it can range from flat to pretty good.
Yeah, I have to give it a 7 because while some episodes have really good human drama, the characters are not given as much to work with. Like, I would say they interact with episodic characters better than other members of the main cast.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. While the kaiju designs are far superior to the 66 series, the fight choreography is severely inferior. So there's a lot of stuff that involves things canceling each other out. So much so to the point that I have to say this season has been relatively
Mid!
Yeah. But
I mean, the practical effects in general are, I think that the practical effects in general in the show are great.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the fight choreography that needs to be better. I mean, other than like 2, maybe 3 instances of like hitting the suits harder than usual, and when Ultraman would actually like do a flip,
yeah,
they really are not anything to write home about.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I wanted to give this show a higher score, but for as much for the pros that the show has, it has a good amount of cons too.
Yeah. But yeah, with that in mind, that wraps up our discussion of Ultraman Powered in its entirety. Now,
Alrighty.
let's see what the comments have to say. Namatrix says, this season was tragically mid, but at least we all got to experience it together. Aw.
Yeah. Well, like
Yeah.
I said, there are genuinely good things about it, but it just could have been a lot better.
Anakin Skywalker 66 says, hello, Excel Ranger. Thank you for the Ultraman vinyl figure.
I presume that you're talking about the review of that figure that I did back in the day. You know, I haven't heard anybody talk about that video in ages. So
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah. Hey, man. I still love, like, your reviews of, like, Season 2 Megazords from Power Rangers because there were very few of those back in the day. Now every channel has those, but back then it was just basically you and Bulk Matrix and no one else.
You know, actually, I was the first person on YouTube to review the Goggle 5 Robo.
Yeah, that's true. Goggle 5.
Yep. And yes, I did find some years ago, I did finally find the fists on eBay. So now I have a complete Goggle Robo, other than the missiles and some of the weapons.
Yeah. But yeah, with that said, we are 10 seasons in. There's 36 in total as of July, and we got 10 of them in the books. So, you know, slow and steady, but we're going to get there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So next week, we won't have the UltraQuest podcast, but the week after that, we'll be reviewing the newest season, Ultraman Teo.
Yup. Hopefully, unlike Omega, we will get a simuldub.
I haven't heard any announcements for it, but, you know, we'll see.
Mm-hmm. And with that said, guys, that's it. We're done. And we hope to see you guys again real soon, because if you enjoyed our content, please just be sure to comment, like, and subscribe to us on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Ding the bell icon to stay notified for our latest videos, and share our videos because it helps us out with the algorithm. As of 2 weeks from now, we'll be discussing Ultraman Teo. And currently we're discussing Super Space Shuttle Gavon Infinity, Kamen Rider sets, and this weekend we will be finishing off our reviews for Kamen Rider Ryuki. We did the movie last week. Now we're going to do the final 4 episodes. And of course, that means we're going to spin the wheel to decide what our next season of Kamen Rider shall be. Yeah, will it be V3, Amazon?
I hate to say
Super
this, but your
One?
audio went out again. Geez, that's the third time this happened in this podcast. All right, well, we're about done, so I'll wrap it up for you. Thanks for joining us for Ultraman Teo and whatnot. And until next time, Super Henge, Beta, Prism, Flash, I guess. Bye.